D.C. is a safe place right now. Now we're in Memphis. We're doing the same thing in Memphis, and we're going to Chicago. You know, we have a governor that thinks it's wonderful when 50 people in a short period of time were murdered in Chicago. Over 200 people were hit. And so we send in the National Guard. You know what? We send in what's ever necessary. People don't care. They don't want crime in their cities. And we're doing it, and we're doing it well. We're doing it like nobody's ever done it before.
That was President Trump in Norfolk, Virginia yesterday, marking the Navy's 250th anniversary with a partisan campaign rally-style event that drew widespread criticism. Joining us now, California Attorney General Rob Bonta. He filed the lawsuit that led to the judge's decision to block the deployment of California Guard troops to Oregon. Mr. Attorney General, thank you so much for joining us. As Joe's been saying, the courts had a busy weekend in terms of the National Guard. First of all, let's just start right there. Your reaction to the decision last night.
We were grateful and gratified, and the arguments that we made, the court adopted them and issued a second order in 2 days, a second restraining order, the first on Saturday, saying that the deployment of the Oregon National Guard and their federalization was unlawful. And then the next day, within 24 hours, when it was still unlawful to have National Guards people in Oregon, the Trump administration tried to send 300 of California's National Guard 1,000 miles north from L.A. to Portland. And the judge honestly was miffed and beside herself and wondering how the federal administration could deploy National Guard to Oregon when just the day before she said it was unlawful. So, this is Trump being contemptuous of the law, blatantly and brazenly violating it, acting like the National Guard is his royal guard, his own private army and private police force, trying to deploy them around the country where he wants, when he wants, for whatever reason he wants. It is unlawful, it is wrong, and it needs to stop in the court. The court order yesterday was a good first step.
Elise, this judge must be like some left-wing Marxist appointed by Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Probably went. Oh, wait a second. It was a Trump judge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a woman, too, unlike Stephen Miller, didn't seem to know that last night. Can you imagine how angry you would be if you're a governor and your National Guard is being sent on a BS pretense to another state?
Right. So let's explain for people that didn't follow the bouncing ball all weekend.
Yeah.
It started, Oregon's National Guard was stopped by the federal judge. So then the president decided to go to the California National Guard, which had already been federalized. And I had read it's already sent 100 up to Oregon. I don't know if that ended up being accurate or not. But then the judge stepped in again late last night and said, nope, not going to do that either.
It makes no sense. So, Attorney General, what I want to ask you, what's your next step here? How do you see this proceeding, and how do you fight this? Because if I'm a governor and my troops get sent to another state on this pretense, I would be pretty angry.
Absolutely. And I'll first say that Trump appointee Judge Immergut is a true public servant, looked at the law, looked at the facts, called it like she saw it, let the chips fall where they may. Of course, they fell in our favor because they should, because that's what the law and that's what the facts dictated. We have a 14-day restraining order for now. We're moving towards a hearing on a preliminary injunction, as well as a full trial on the merits towards the end of this month, October 29th. So we'll get a more permanent decision then. If the conditions don't change, then we don't expect the court's ruling to change. Of course, the judge will decide. But we will continue to press our position here, which is that California has state sovereignty. The California National Guard should be in the command of the commander-in-chief of the California National Guard. That's California Governor Gavin Newsom. They should not be deployed 1,000 miles northward. That is disrespectful to them. We need them tackling wildfires and fentanyl trafficking in California. So we're going to continue to push this case. Another part of the bouncing ball is that the Texas National Guard is waiting in the wings to be deployed to Portland and to Chicago, 400 of them. And so an important part of Judge Immergut's order last night was that no National Guard from any state can be federalized and deployed to Portland, just to make it clear to the federal administration, who didn't seem to understand that when her initial decision was regarding the Oregon National Guard, and then they brought in the California National Guard the next day.
I mean, again, this is a Trump-appointed judge. And I do wonder at what point the Supreme Court stops pushing this off and starts saying what the Constitution says.
Yeah.
This is clear cut. There should not be this ambiguity. The Supreme Court keeps kind of pushing things down to lower courts. They need to clearly say, it's not hard, guys and gals, not hard. Just read the law, read the Constitution. It's unambiguous. You could really make things a lot cleaner and clearer for Americans.
California Attorney General Rob Bonta, thank you. We'll be following what's happening there. We appreciate it.